If I were to say Texas fishing, there's a very good chance the first thing that would come to mind would be a lure like this and the methods employing them to catch big bass. And although there's nothing wrong with this, if you prefer something a little more small, something a little more delicate, something that you could put at the end of a fly rod, there's opportunities for you in the Lone Star State. I know you can use bigger flies than this. But we'll talk about some resources about fly fishing Texas today on Casting Across. Hi, I'm Matthew of castingacross.com, where I explore the quarry and culture of fly fishing. I love guidebooks, and a good guidebook is going to give you all the information you need to do a DIY trip to a location and get onto fish. So the majority of the guidebooks that I own and read are about my area and the parts of the country I fish the most. But I'll also pick up a guidebook if I plan on going somewhere, either specifically for a fly fishing trip or because I'm going there and I might be able to squeak out some fishing for a few hours. But I'll also grab a book if it's just a place that's interesting to me. And a good guidebook, again, it gives you the information on where to fish, how to fish, but it also adds some important things. Good pictures, maybe some local history, something about the angling culture, and other resources that are going to make your trip to that area worthwhile, or at least worth reading about. And the good book series that's relatively new is from Imperfects Books, and it is called the Local Angler Series. And there's 3 books in it right now, all on Texas. There's one on Houston, one on Austin, and the one that came out this year is Fly Fishing Dallas and Fort Worth. Actually, Urban Fly Fishing Dallas and Fort Worth by Greg DeMars. Now, this is a great book for a few reasons. One, it's put together so well. It's photographed absolutely beautifully. I mean, whether it be pictures of fish or pictures of a really compelling landscape just outside of Dallas. I've only been to Dallas a few times, and this is not what I had in my mind when I opened this book. Really, really well photographed. But it also gives you all the important things you need. Like, for example, maps. Any good guidebook is going to have maps that are going to put you right on where you need to be. But it's also going to walk you through, as you go to these places, these are some of the things that you can expect. When you park here, know there's a deep hole upstream. Know there's private water downstream. And although there's so much information that had to be excluded because you had to fit it in a 400-page package, there's enough there to get you going in the right direction. But beyond the simple where to go and what to use, there's other information. There are local regulations. There's local resources, fly shops, and other opportunities, flies that are popular, and then some information for the new angler who is fishing this area, or really anywhere, who wants to get started fly fishing. And of course, there's a section on fly fishing for trout also, because we definitely have that thing in our brains where when we think fly fishing, we think trout. And although there's not a lot of wild fish in the Texas area that we're reading about, they definitely have some stock trout that you can go and chase, and this book talks about them. So who should pick up these books? Well, if you live in Dallas or Houston or Austin, then this would be a great thing if you are a new angler. It's going to give you more than enough information to get started. If you've been fly fishing for a long time, these books will certainly augment what you know about the area you fish in the most. This is one of the things I think is so good, that we have that humble attitude where we can always be learning from somebody. But if you're traveling to one of these areas, and a lot of us do, whether it be for business or for family or even just simply for pleasure, then these places have angling opportunities. And it's the kind of thing where even if you can only sneak away for a few hours, it's going to give you the information that you need to make the most of your time. So again, really, really pleased with the quality of these books. I think it would be great if they continued this series outside of Texas, hit other major metropolitan areas. I'd love to sit down and read about the urban fishing opportunities for Miami, for Los Angeles, for New York, maybe where you should and shouldn't be caught with a fly rod after dark in those places. But they're definitely a lot of fun to just flip through and read about. And if you plan on doing one for Boston, Imperfects, you have my contact info. Well, do you fish in or around Texas? Do you fish in a major city? Let me know in the comments below. And then head over to castingacross.com for 3 posts a week on the people, places, and things that go into the pursuit of fish.